And we're live. No one's with us. It's all good.
Because they know.
Because they know.
They can come back on this.
I don't even know how you go.
Say hi, Tom.
Hello.
Say hi, Andy. Wherever he is, there he is.
Hello.
I have to hold this thing up. Hey guys, thought we'd talk about CrossFit and... Oh, you're joining us, eh? Yeah, I thought we'd talk about misperceptions of CrossFit. Got a guy last night asking, heard CrossFit's dangerous, coaching is very poor and you can get injured, very high intensity, and is it for me? What do you guys think? I'll answer this in a minute, in like how I answered it with Chris last night. I'd like to hear what you guys think of it. Like, I know you're pretty new to CrossFit, right, Tom?
Yeah, I'm pretty new.
What do you think?
You see a lot of it on social media, like degrading CrossFit. I mean, you see it everywhere, and I don't know much about. At the moment, I'm just like reading up about CrossFit and that. So, I mean, I'm new to it, so. But I mean, I've done a lot of experience within like gym and stuff like that, and that's good in itself. But CrossFit, because there's a lot of fundamental movements like clean and jerk and snatch, they have got dangerous movements, you know. But
What do you think makes them dangerous, though?
because you've got a lot of, like, you've got the deadlift, you've got the front squat. It's like loads of movements in one big movement essentially. But if you get coached done right and you do it right, I mean, the safety is high. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The effectiveness of the movement. Yeah. So when I answered Chris last night, I actually got him to sit back and watch a class. Now, I think one of the big things is you've got to get the balance right between running a business and also effective programming. And most people want to go hard or go home, and they think that the more you do, the more you sweat, the more weight you put on the bar, the better the results. However, as we know, that's short-term wise. Yeah, you might get decent results from it. However, looking at the bigger picture, injuries can kick in quite easily. So I think for us, one of the philosophies we have here at White Rose is technique, and this is what we're taught in the CrossFit Level 1 certification on the course when we go there. Mechanics first, and really hammering down on technique to make sure that you're moving properly first, getting joints stabilized, focusing on joint stability mainly first, mobility as well, and then being consistent with light loads and moving slowly, and then adding weight and speed right at the end. But it takes a long time for most people to build fundamental decent technique at a basic level. So for us, the focus is going to be when people come to the class, we're spending a lot of time on technique, and they're doing the same thing over and over again just to hammer that technique down. And I think when Chris watched the class last night, I think he saw that the technique here is pretty spot on.
Is that the new guy that was watching?
Yeah, because it's easy. Like, for example, if we want to make we've got bills to pay, we've got staff to pay, and if you're giving a class and people come in with expectations of wanting to be beasted, I've seen CrossFit, I should get beasted, I should get a sweat on, I should be lifting loads of weight. Where's that for most people? The only utility of lifting big weights and getting really fast times on the board is actually in the gym. Now, unless you're a competitive athlete, what difference is it going to make? Like, do you remember what score you got on that workout you did last week? But do you remember the back pain that you got from doing that workout? Yeah. So that that's the kind of stuff we're thinking about, is looking at the bigger picture. And I think you've got to look at, as a business, you've got to look at what your target market is and what your unique selling point is. And for us, we're focusing on like quality movement, making sure that how can we use what we do in the gym to enhance someone's life, not to make the gym and what we do in the gym life, because life is much bigger than the gym. That's part of life, and it's how can we relate what we're doing here to that and help them improve their lives, And I think a lot of gyms put more emphasis on fast movement, heavy weights, just because they want to please the members. However, sometimes you've got to say, listen, you're going to get injured. Now, you've got to be willing to let the members people walk away if you really believe that technique needs to be down to a T. And if you look at what Greg Glassman says, virtuosity, the meaning of virtuosity is doing the common uncommonly well. And he says, really hammer down someone's technique. Like deadlifts, we can take a lot of top athletes and say, right, show me a deadlift. And most of the time, most people even haven't got their spine neutral or their shoulders stabilized. And I think you've got to spend a lot of time in the class on technique. So today's workout, very simple. We'll do a warm-up. It's an hour class. get nice and loose, do some mobility and stability work, and then deadlift technique. That's literally it. That's what we're going to do for like 40 minutes, and then there's a 15-minute workout, 7 rounds, 11 bodyweight deadlifts. However, again, that's just a guide. For most people, they'll be lifting half bodyweight, and then a 100-meter sprint. So 7 rounds, 11 deadlifts, followed by a 100-meter sprint. Now, gives us loads of time to focus on deadlift technique, just one movement. However, a lot of gyms program many movements: snatches, cleans and jerks, squats, then some conditioning, then some ab work. And I think a lot of gyms are writing for competitive athletes rather than writing for the person who wants to get generally fit, strong and healthy.
And although they're doing the deadlift as well, the fact is you learn the deadlift, and it's the foundations of every other movement that you can do.
Exactly.
So to get it right from a deadlift and you come into a clean and jerk, you're getting the foundation of any single movement. Just got to speed it up.
I think one of the problems we've had in the past is programming people like, we should program this way, other CrossFit gyms are doing this, and this is what I've seen on YouTube. However, I think you've got to write the program based on what you're passionate about. Now, every coach is passionate about something different, and there's, CrossFit gyms, each one will focus on something different. Some are more competitive, and that's fine, because there's nothing wrong with that. It targets a different market, and I think as advice for someone new to CrossFit is find something, know what you want, and if you want something competitive, go to a competitive CrossFit gym. If you want something that's a bit more holistic, find one that's a bit more holistic. So I'd recommend trying out multiple CrossFit gyms rather than just basing your decision on what you've seen on YouTube or what you've heard about through the grapevine, because the word CrossFit, there's so much involved, and everyone has a different perception of it. It's just a word at the end of the day. Thanks, Chris. Chris has put surely bench is the foundation. Indeed, bench is a great exercise, dude. I would actually agree with that. Squats, deadlifts, bench, press, pull-ups, push-ups. Simple movements will get you the most bang for your buck because your whole body's involved. We all have different needs, and I think there's nothing. It's not wrong. It's just finding what's the right fit for you. But most people now are seeing CrossFit as a negative thing because of what they've heard through the grapevine. Unless you do your own research and actually go and check it out and go and see for yourself, because some people like it. For some people, it's not for everyone. Everyone will find something that fits our needs. Like Zumba, some people love Zumba. However, it's not for everyone. Like for me, I would never do that. Maybe I do on the weekends. You see my moves, yeah. I just think do your research. It's like everything. We believe that once we believed the Earth was flat, and then someone said actually, oh, maybe it's round, and then our beliefs about the Earth and how we interacted with science just totally changed. And I think it takes pushing the boundaries a little bit, and offering a different perspective to see where we can take this thing. And it's always evolving. Find something that suits you for where you're at in this present moment, because that's where you can live life from, the present moment, not in the future. I think most people are looking to the future for some sort of gratification.
And
goal, yeah, exactly. But whereas if you come back to the present moment, right now in my life, what can I fit in? Okay, so a CrossFit class is an hour. Okay, I've got half an hour spare. Can I get half an hour from somewhere else? Do I really want to do CrossFit? And these are the kind of questions to be asking. I think hopefully that answers some of your questions, guys. Do you guys have anything to add? Tom, Andy?
Relating back to, obviously, you said like this misconception about people getting injured and stuff. I mean, you, like you said, it relates to social media. A lot of people look at social media and see like people doing snatches, clean and jerks, and someone that's, I don't know, like a sedentary person, don't really train much, they'll come and then they'll want to do that straight away.
Yep.
And they don't really look at all the mobility work and all of that stuff in between to get you to do that. I mean, I can't do an overhead squat here. I mean, I'm just learning still, and I think that's where injuries come involved, and that's where a lot of people say, that's where there's a lot of injuries with CrossFit, because they're not willing to do all that mobility work. I don't really want to be doing that work. I just want to go straight to the snatch, and I think
your fancy stuff. Yeah, the fancy stuff. Everyone wants to do the fancy stuff. They want to run before they can walk. And when you tell someone the technique's not right, they can often point the finger of blame at you. Being experienced in this field, a lot of people don't move very well. But members often think they know the best because of what they've researched online. So I think it's getting a feel for the place, having a chat with the coach, asking questions, and I think that's how you're going to find the best fit. Because again, I don't think there's no one doing anything wrong out there. It's just find what suits you, and I think it's up to the person to find. And the CrossFit gym owner, all we're doing is delivering what we're passionate about. And for us at White Rose, it's about quality movement and holistic approach to well-being. And fitness is just a part of that, rather than it becoming, you know, the entire part of your life, spending 3 or 4 hours a day in the gym.
It does.
Yeah, most people do that, right?
It doesn't matter where you go, whether it's in a gym, whether it's in a CrossFit gym, whether it's Zumba, body pump, anything like that. You're gonna get injured. There's gonna be a sense of injury.
It's always a risk,
if
right?
you're not being coached and you're just doing what you're told to do instead of being shown what to do, you're gonna get injured. It's a fact of life, you know. Bodybuilders get injured. You know, they lift too much. You get all these videos showing bodybuilders doing deadlifts and heavy squats, and they nail themselves. But because CrossFit has a name, it gets brutalized, and it's not how it should be, you know. But everybody's got an opinion, and unless you've been on both sides of the scale, where you've done bodybuilding and CrossFit, which I have, believe it or not, you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know the difference, and you need to just learn. You need to learn how to move. Start baby steps. It's like when we were babies, we learned to walk, but it took a long time. And then as soon as we did, we learned to run. And as soon as we learned to run, we'll learn to run longer and faster, and so on and so forth. It's the same premise.
It's a journey, isn't it?
It's a journey. You can't just come in here, see, you know, people that have been coming for years. You know, even the big people in CrossFit. You look at them and you might go, "Whoa, I want to be there." But they started from the ground. They're only as good as they are right now is because they absolutely drilled the technique. You know, Sam Briggs, how far she's come. You know, she's never been like that. She started from the ground and has worked her backside off.
Every expert was once an amateur.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's how we work. Based on your ability, you can be absolutely, you know, no fitness background whatsoever, or you can be an absolute athlete, and we'll still teach you new things. Simple as that.
Truly. Cheers for that, guys. Hopefully that's answered some of your questions, guys. Feel free to drop us a line, email us, check our website out, and come and try it out. Hopefully see you in the gym. Well, the website. What's the website? Website is whiterosecrossfit.com. Simples. Thanks for listening, guys. Speak to you soon. How do you end this thing now?